Hey everyone, and welcome to my week ahead video for January 12th through the 18th of 2025. As always with these, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if you'd like a personalized read, my link will be in the description below. I'm using my Druidcraft Tarot deck today. And this is what's in store, whatever the cards would like to tell me. So we have the Queen of Wands. So what this means is there's a lot of melodramatics, a lot of performing arts, a lot of liberal sciences, so like sociology, anthropology, psychology, theater, speech and debate, writing. It also looks like there's a lot of refusing to be flexible and refusing to budge on certain subjects and certain ideologies, leading to narcissistic traits or due to narcissism, or due to being self-centered and vain. It does look like there's a lot of hidden agendas and a lot of secret societies and stuff coming out in the open, or secret people coming out in the open, that are constricting and confining you and making it to a point of resistance, challenging authority, father figures, male role models, masculine figures, protector guides and spirits, and interventions, especially those with fourth house placements. It does look like there's a lot of determination and focus and charisma. You may not have started the fire, but that doesn't mean you don't know how to put it out or how to cause it. Where there's smoke, there's fire, so following the fire symbols or fire sigils, or following the smoke to find the flames, because where there's flames, there's civilization. Finding your home and going to your domain and where you feel most comforting by the end of the week or by the end of next week. It does look like there's going to be a lot of stability that will bring happiness within the week, or at least by Leo season. A lot of ego deaths and inner child healing, being able to rise above the storm and work through it, the ability to work through your greed and your envy and your jealousy, and working on those intrusive thoughts, working on breaking free of your comfort zone and your need to be the authority in your own life at all times, because sometimes there are rare occasions that you might need guidance, and this might be one of them, especially within the first 4 days and the first 19 hours of you waking up within those 4 days. There's a lot of soul bonding and a lot of animal familiars and anthropomorphic beings and guides, especially like bovines, like horses, donkeys, aardvarks, cows, I believe, are bovines. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Agriculture is very important. Nature time, spending time out in the sun, putting your back towards the sun so you can warm up, being able to warm up to someone before you completely start spilling your guts. Apollo sticks out for this card, and the sister of Apollo, so that would be Artemis. It does look like there's a lot of me first mentality, a lot of attention seeking tactics, a lot of keeping you busy and distracted to see if you've learned a lesson, especially from like draconic beings or those that want to keep you in confinement or keep you oppressed and keep you marginalized and keep you where you are, which is why the ego death is necessary. It does look like there's a lot of completion going on. A lot of you want to complete something so bad, but there's so many options that you feel overwhelmed, or you don't know what to do, and you've been told what to do by many people. It's just you haven't been too receptive to it, or you've shut down that option and denied that ability to understand because of your own willful ignorance. Remember, willful ignorance is bliss, but for how long? Denying the facts due to arrogance and brashness can be seen for a few people that are especially driven by animalistic tendencies, or that have a lot of animosity towards masculine features, or those with red auras. So very determined people that are focused and charismatic and very independent and fierce and bold, and show a lot of action and willpower. And your jealousy and your envy start to get on you with that, and you start to become greedy with the relationships that you have. But this is a warning to slow down this week, because you are moving way too fast at this point. Don't break stride, but slow down the pace, pause, reflect, know if this is truly what you want to do before you do it. Know that some shots in the dark do take time to come to fruition. This is a delay in the rewards of victory for some, and stagnation in the forms of others as well. This is a position that says you can sit on your butt as long as you want, but it's not going to change until you make that move and get out of your comfort zone and work on your ego. You're welcome. And be able to better understand yourself at a deeper level. This is more than just a spiritual journey. This is more than just working on your aggression, and this is more than just your actions matching your words. Now you need to devote yourself to yourself and your choices, and make sure that you are able to gain a sense of liftoff and airiness, with being able to be your true authentic self and be original to yourself, especially by the end of 2 weeks or before the 16th day, or the 16th of the month, by the, let me see, by 6 p.m. local time, I believe. 16. The show 16 might help some people that are very visually, audibly learners. Childhood shows, childhood music, childhood games, learning through nursery rhymes, being able to find new friendships and make new friends without losing your values and your core beliefs. Ginger hair or brunettes stick out like dirty blondes, browns, chestnuts, almonds kind of color. So nuts and berries might be very important and beneficial. So foraging, scavenging for information. You've really taken a shot in the dark with who you've learned to trust over the time, especially those with draconic nature, or dragon star seeds, or draconic star seeds of any kind. Those that are very protective in nature, and they take a territorial stance towards things that they are prideful about. You're welcome, learning to slow down and appreciate what you have and be grateful, and know that the grass was not greener on the other side, that it doesn't matter how green it is anyway, because the realistic the realism behind that is you don't know what they used to fertilize it. You don't know somebody, so don't judge a book by its cover. First impressions aren't always the best ones, and you can't always believe what you see. Not everybody is as they appear. Someone may have claimed to be a protector guide, but you need to slow down and realize if they really were or not. Or they may be the ones that have slowed your roll down and reaped the rewarded benefits for you, like an energy vampire or siphon in energy. Right now, it's time to stay put where you are. When you get these thoughts and gather your mindset, you need to do something and complete a contract or complete a soul journey or pick a path or pick something before you are able to fully manifest your desires, whether that be a ritual that you have yet to complete, or a timeline that you need to hit first, or you needing to learn about illusions and separation and learning your abilities through your esoteric features and your occult practices and your otherworldly possessions and your astral projections, your lucid dreaming. You hold the key to your own reality. Fix your antenna, basically. It's not always going to come right away, and learning things in hindsight isn't always the best thing. Take longer time to yourself and spend some more time in meditation and more time in realizations and actualizations. Keep one foot firmly planted in the reality, though. You can have lofty dreams and lofty expectations and reach for the stars, but still stay realistic for what you can achieve and the time frames you can achieve them by. Or you're just going to keep setting yourself up for failure. Fear of failure is a very big one to work on as well. So someone is very emotional, very empathic, very intuitive, very compulsive with things. Could be stingy, conceited, vain, self-centered, arrogance, secretive, private with things, prefers their anonymity over anything and everything, would rather keep a secret of who they are and what they are just to be able to protect what they feel is theirs and protect their image and protect their pride, in other words. The ability to see past that and look beyond that and just turn a blind eye to things and not worry too much about it because it doesn't really concern you personally, but then once you take things personally, then you're the bad guy. Victim of circumstance mentality, deflection due to realization. Cognitive dissonance is a very strong lesson for a lot of us by the 14th, especially by 2 p.m. or those of us that have very strong water placements in the second house or very strong emotion driven placements in the second house, like moon signs, for example, or Venus signs, for example, or even Mars or Mercury. It does look like there's a lot of needing to sit still and think things logically and emotionally and be able to catch the underlying tones, catch the sideways glances you get, catch where you're going sideways with people when you may not intend to. Cottagecore vibes stick out. Trolls, dens, caves, beaches, sitting by the dock of the bay. I think that's CCR. Being able to rest and relax and feel at ease about who you are. Balder sticks out. Male pattern baldness sticks out as well. Royalty sticks out. Chromium. The smell, the element, the taste. Feeling it. Alchemy. Water magic. Creatures that are amphibious. And lastly, we have the Seven of Swords. So there's some deception, there's some lying and subterfuge and self-martyrization. But there's also other people doing that to you. Time, distance, space is needed, trying to figure out what's what and who's who, and writing out dissertations and figuring out what you want. Using metaphysics like tarot, runes, magic, manifesting, Reiki, dreaming is a form of occult practice as well. If you are able to control your dreams or the ability to remember them and write them down and get the message from them, you're getting what you wished for. So words have power. Words are spells. So you already know the truth. You've already spoken the truth. Someone's already told you the truth. And now it's the time to start working on the actions matching the words. So working on your law of words, law of choice, and law of thought would help. Writing letters, writing things out that you want to say, written rituals, written sigils. It's written doesn't make it true. A lot of things on the table for now until you can figure things out. You don't have to do everything all at once. But the more you get done, the more you can manifest. It takes less than 7 minutes to cause your mind to stir. Especially when there's inner reflection or introspection needed by the... I think that's the waning crescent moon. So, by the waning crescent moon, there's going to be a lot of introspection and self-reflection and moon gods and goddesses sticking out like Lord Ganesha and Artemis and Nyx and Selene, and Bastet might be one. Avian creatures and anthropomorphic beings. They might be able to help you as well this week. But there's a lot of like deception and like sloth and lethargy going on. Like you don't want to move, but you know you have to. You don't want to do this, but you know you have to. You don't want it to be true, but it is, kind of a deal. And it's not like they're out to literally kill you at this point. But what they do say and do does matter. And you do have to hold them accountable, and they do have to be held accountable. Assess your situation. Educate yourself. Assert yourself and your dominance. Roosters stick out. So like Asmodeus or Samedi or Black Magic or animal empathy, animal telepathy, animal guides, animal familiars stick out. Mexican tradition, Mesopotamian, Aztec, and Incan area demographically. Playful banter, friendly competitions, and challenging yourself and liberating yourself from feeling like everything's a competition, because not everything's a competition, and you don't have to turn it into one. Know if you're in it to just win the argument, or if you're truly there to understand. Because it's a 50-50 shot at this point for your goals to make it work, because there's a lot of give and take that is needed. There's a lot of giving and receiving, a lot of back and forth, benefactor and recipient, a lot of companionship, deep connections, spiritual connections, deep diving into your inner child and your nostalgia and your sixth chakra, which would be right about here. So like headaches, fatigue, anxiety, loss of direction at times, delusions, illusions, hallucinations, losing track of time, losing track of thoughts, any mental illnesses, and personality disorders that are coming through. But yeah, that's what I get for the 12th through the 18th of 2025 of January. So as with these, take it resonates, leave it doesn't. Thanks for joining.